Black women. Those of you who would like to find, apply for, and win grants. Is that you? Put me in the chat. Hey, Hutchinson, put me in the chat. You are a Black woman with a for profit small business. That means that you're making money, and the money that's left after expenses, you either put it back into your bank account or your pockets, you distribute it towards your team, you reinvest it in your business. Any Black women, for profit, small business owners in the house, put me in the chat. Let me know I'm talking to the right people. Darlene says me. T Max says me. Thank you for sharing the live, Katana. Hutchison says me. Okay. What about those of you who are not only Black women, for profit, small business owners, but you're based here in the United States? Put me in the chat. Hey, Harley. Anybody based in the US? I just was looking at an opportunity that's available right now. And by the way, I do not share specific names of grants on my lives. I don't co-sign with anyone's brand. Grants are brands, they're businesses behind the brand. And so I share about my personal experience receiving grant funding, but I'm going to teach you how to go find grants for yourself. Because for me, and the mission, one part of my ministry is to make sure that you're self-empowered and you know how to go do this yourself. So that's what I want to teach you how to do through what we're doing here today. Any Black women, for profit, small business owners that are based in the United States and you're over the age of 18, put me in the chat. Talk to me. You don't have to tell me your age or the era you were born in, child. But put me in the chat if you know your Black don't crack, but you know you've been here a couple times around the sun. Put me. Any Black women, for profit, small business owners based in the United States over the age of 18 and you own at least 51% of your business. You are the majority owner of your business. You can have a partnership, but you own at least 51% to 100% of your business. Put me. I like that, pretty CEO. She said me. Me designed is, Hutchison is, okay. What about any Black women, for profit, small business owners based in the United States over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business, and you need a grant? Child, just put me with a lot of ease in there. Just let me know. Is that you? By the way, TikTok is keeping up with our top 3 tappers tonight as well. So T Mac is in first place with the most taps on her screen, giving hearts, showing love during tonight's live. Look at all y'all ease. I love it. Pretty CEO is in second place with the most taps, hearts during tonight's live so far. And then Hutchison just took over third place. Okay. She said, don't play with her. Pretty CEO got bumped up to first place, and Miss T Mac is now in second place. Now, these spots change all throughout the live. So y'all hang out with me tonight, okay? Hopefully y'all got a little time on your hands. I do. I'm here to teach. I'm here to help. TikTok is going to keep track with our top tappers. Hang out, and I got some good information for you, okay? I'm streaming on 2 platforms. I'm watching our comments for both. I am off stream, but my comments are open. I usually turn them off when I'm on stream with y'all so I can stay focused. But y'all can talk to me tonight. I can watch the chat and I can teach, okay? So that's what we're about to do. So again, this is Black Women in Grants. We help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. And I'm happy that you are here and I get to spend some time with you tonight. Y'all ready? I'm ready. So we cleared the fact that you're here and you're in the right place. Now I want to talk through what are grants, because a lot of people don't know. They just hear free money. They're thinking I can just go randomly apply to something for some free funding and figure out the rest. That's not quite how it works. So I want to talk about getting grants for your business and where to start with that process, but also talking about tools that I use. Like we said, AI is a good one, but you got to know what you're doing, regardless of how you feel about AI is the same way That's regardless of how you feel about politics or religion, baby, it's here. And you really can't do nothing to stop it. So if you feel a certain way about using AI and tech and what it's doing to the planet, take it to the law and to the Lord. Because I didn't create it. I just use it for God's favor. Amen. So I'm going to teach y'all how I do what I do and how our Black women, for-profit small business owners, we have about 655 in my mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. They want about $500,000 using AI to apply for grants. But again, you got to know what you're doing and use it for good. Do good in your hood with the money that you win through these grants. So let's walk through how to do that. I'm going to talk about some of our grant winners, as well as the myths and the mindsets that you got to crush to become a grant winner, because a lot of people think, grants are hard, or you're questioning the legitimacy. I wanted to use that big word of if they are a scam, if they're real, can you do it? Is it legit, right? And so we're going to talk about not only are they real and we are winning them, but also how you can do this by yourself. You don't need to pay anyone to do this. And it's unethical to try to say, well, can you help me get a grant and I'll pay you on the back end? Because, baby, when y'all get that money, y'all get ghosts. Y'all know how Black people do when we get them checks. We ain't going to see you, so pay us up front. Amen. So let's be ethical about this money. That's how this works. So I want to teach you some of the work that you can do on your own by yourself, especially if you got more time than money. And so we're going to go through some of the grants you should be applying to as far as the types of grants based on where you are in your business. Put startup in the chat if you're just getting started. I'll go through the definition of a startup in a minute, but if you know your business is in startup mode, put startup in the chat real quick. Let me know. If you've started your business, put started in the chat. And again, we'll define it so y'all can be clear on what is startup, what is started. Put startup in the chat if you know your startup business. Put started in the chat if you've already started your business. Hey, hustle princess, how are you, girl? We're going to also talk through what grants can be used for and reasons that you should be applying for grants versus what they can't be used for, as well as the businesses that actually qualify for grants and those that don't. And we all have grant goals, which is the amount of money you could see yourself winning in a grant. A lot of y'all are in the startup phase. Okay. Hutchinson put started and startup. See, that's why I got to define it, because you're never in both. It's either one or the other. So I'm going to give you the full definition based on grants, based on what I know. And we're going to go from there. All is well, Hustle Princess. Glad to see you here, girl. Okay, let me give y'all some tips, because I know this is you as a Black woman with a for-profit small business. Y'all tell me if this is you. You either want to start a business or you've already started a business. Put me in the chat, because usually you're the one that has that heart to serve and to help people, like your customers, your clients, your community. Is that you? What about those of you who are already paying out of pocket to get things up and running in your business, to get your business growing to the next level, and you could really use the help of other people's money for a change? Put OPM in the chat. That stands for other people's money. Put OPM in the chat, because that means that you believe that there has to be a better way to fund your business other than your money. You need other people's money. Amen. There we go. Not in all caps. I love it, Blue Dove. How many of you have tried or want to try winning grant money? Whether you've applied to a lot of grants, but you keep getting rejected, or whether you've won a grant before, but you may not be sure why you've won a grant, or you've won a grant, but it's been a minute and you notice things have changed. Just put grants in the chat. Let me know, because you're either in one of those two categories, okay? If you're wondering where to start finding funding, or if you can win a grant, talk to me in the chat. Just put me. I'm trying to make it real simple, because I want to make sure you know you're in the right place and I got information for you. We're gonna talk about why you need to be doing this work for your business, because you meet all these qualifications, which is showing you that you qualify for grants. What about those of you who have been praying for this. You've been talking to the Lord, the Father, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, all of them. Been having a nightly prayer meeting for like, now Jesus, now. Okay, all right now. Okay, now where the money at, Lord? Where does it reside? What about if you've been praying for this or you've been talking? She said, absolutely. You've been talking to some friends. You've been thinking out loud, right? You've been talking to yourself about grants. You're like, I've been wanting to learn about this. I've been interested in this. I've been doing my research. I've been collecting information. And here you are. Talk to me in the chat. Is that you? Just put me. You can say yes. You can respond. Just let me know. Because if you want to learn how to win grants for your business and you prefer to learn from someone who looks like you and you would appreciate being led by a current grant winner, that's me. Welcome to my world. Especially if you're like me and you really have a desire to be mentored through how to find grants, but you need like a step-by-step process. Anybody? Just put a little hand wave. You're like, just walk me through it step by step, how to do this. Because I really wish to know what to put on these grant applications to win. I really am willing to invest my time in making this a reality for myself. I'm really happy to put myself in a position to fund my dream of finally funding my dream as a future grant winner. She said, walk me out. I love it. Because I know you're here because you want to win a grant, right? Any future grant winners, just put win in the chat. Y'all going to be talking to me tonight. Y'all are going to have me doing all the talking and teaching. You either need to be tapping or typing in the comments or tapping your screen, okay? That's our agreement. That's your tuition for tonight's class. So y'all talk to me. We have several grant winners in my mentorship program. If you nosy, head over to blackwomeningrants.com. Learn more about our mentorship called the Grant Game Mentorship Program. I'm going to be sharing more about that tonight. But again, some of y'all nosy. Some of y'all might not can stay the whole time. We do have a scholarship available to come join me for a fraction of the investment that it usually is. So tonight, the first person to join me in my mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com will also get blessed with a front row VIP ticket to my event live here in Atlanta next month. I'm so excited. That's the flyer that you see on your screen. And so we already have a couple people that are signed up and ready to go. And so this is a small, exclusive VIP private event here in Atlanta, top of November, sponsored by Google. So I'm excited to have some of y'all here in person. So you got to be the first person to come join us in the mentorship tonight. And again, that's over at blackwomeningrants.com, where you can claim your scholarship price of only $197 versus the regular investment of $997. I got you on an 800, me and the grants. We got you covered, okay? You just make that $197 investment. And there's also Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm if you need it. And again, scholarship price as well as the bonus ticket to come join me is available on a first come, first serve basis. So the website again is blackwomeningrants.com, or you can click the top left-hand corner of your screen right here on the Black Women in Grants channel. Just make sure you're at the channel with 87,000 of us. That's the official Black Women in Grants page. Not only will you be following this page, but also follow the link that's in our profile. I forgot to tap. Let me see if I can find our little setting here that'll let me change something real quick. And then I want to tell y'all a little bit about what we got going on. Any questions so far? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Any questions? Just based on, you know, you're in the right place. You also know that you meet the qualifications that we've already talked through. And you got it from here. You can put it in the chat. Let me tell you about Tay. Tay is a swim instructor in New York who has won over $35,500. And she is our small business pitch champion. And so, Hutchinson, this is for Black women with for-profit small businesses. So that's all we talk about. So like for Tay, her business is teaching little Black and brown kids how to swim and drowning prevention. So she's a swim instructor, and she also uses the money that she wins in small business pitch competitions to help fund lifeguards and swim instructors getting certified. Can you guys see yourself standing on stage talking about your business? Whether it's live in person or live on Zoom, Google Meet, would y'all be willing to do that for a check? Like, even if you're afraid of public speaking or you don't like the sound of your voice, just put me in the chat. Because that's how Tay, along with others I'll share about tonight, is winning money. Pretty CEO says, yes. Pretty CEO, have you been here before? I feel like I've seen your name on our lives before. But small business pitch competitions is a great way to help fund your business. Vicky says she would do it. T-Mac says she would. Junif says she would. Hutchinson says she would. Okay, cool. That's how Tay's doing it, as well as Brittany. Brittany owns I always get tongue tied with this, a commercial co-working kitchen in Virginia. Now, about 90 days ago, she did just like you guys. She showed up on my live here on TikTok. And she was like, Dr. AJ, I am struggling. I'm unemployed, but I got a vision. I got a dream for this business I want to do. Help. And so she said at the time, she didn't even have the money to invest. I don't know how that money just magically appeared in her account, but all I know is I saw her sign up for one of our scholarships. And Jones, you can go to the profile link at the top left-hand corner of your screen. And the link is in the profile for how to come join us like Brittany did. Because if you're one of the women who are like, how long does it take to win a grant? Those women that I have mentored, all 655 plus, win their first or next grant within the first 90 days of us working together in our mentorship. So that's what Brittany did. She went from being unemployed to not having the money to finding the money to come get one of our scholarships. She joined at the scholarship price. 90 days into the mentorship, she was standing on stage pitching her business for the first time, winning $15,000 in her very first small business pitch competition. Again, would you do it for a check? Let me know in the chat, because Brittany and Tay and Ashley, who is a organic skincare line owner in Colorado, Ashley's won over $42,000 for her business. T-Mac says me, okay? So Ashley is now getting ready to pitch her business as well, but she's been winning through grants. She spent a whole summer applying for over $700,000 in grants. And so I love it because every other week she was sending me a screenshot of a congratulations email, a copy of her winning a new grant. And so now she's up to $42,000 for her organic skincare line. And then we just had a podcaster. Her name is Virginia. She just won her first small business pitch competition. She won $1,000 in 3 minutes. So we do have podcasters that come on the live and say, can I get a grant for my podcast? You can win pitches, you can get grants. And we have the receipts to prove that women are doing this all over the United States. Our highest grant winner so far is Raven Duvernay. She's a Black woman farmer in Baltimore. She's won $100,710. If you can use an extra 100K, just put a 1 in the chat. Let me know. It's just a couple extra 6 figures in your bank account. Because if you want to achieve this type of success, whether it's your first grant, your next grant, you can. You can be like these ladies receiving congratulations emails from your grant wins, whether it's your first $10,000 grant or more, helping you to fund your business. I see a lot of ones. I know that's right. So imagine yourself standing on stage with that big check after winning a pitch. By the way, all of these ladies' pictures are on the Black Women in Grants website, okay? So check them out, standing on stage with their big checks, and imagine yourself doing it right beside them, because the status of winning grants, especially winning multiple grants consistently, gives you that safe feeling, that safety of having another way to bring in money for yourself, for your business, for your family. So how many of y'all are like, you know what, I really could use a grant to like buy land or buy inventory, or break ground to start building from the ground up? Or speaking of buildings, I want to buy a building and renovate it, or an office space, or a build out. Like, you just have these dreams to build either your business or like literally building buildings, right? Grants are great for that. Anybody? What about those of you who are like ready to make like the boss move of hiring a team to help you in your business? So even if you're your first employee, like I had a 2 hour call with one of my new bookkeepers that a grant is covering for the next year for me. Like that man earned his check today. Do you hear me? But a grant covered all that for me. But we talked through um, payroll and all that fun stuff. And so grants have covered all that for me. But if you're in that place, I just want you to know that that is possible for you to start winning grant money to fulfill that mission. What about those of you who need a grant for marketing? Like you're like, I want to be more visible, because grants are great for marketing beyond just money. Grants can give you more in front of more people and become more visible. Anybody here need a grant for marketing? Y'all got to talk now. If y'all don't talk, I don't talk. But if y'all talk, I talk. Okay? Talk to me in the chat. T Mac says I need a grant for land to build a building, trying to train individual skills for a job. That last part right there is going to win you a grant, T Mac. Hang out with me. I'm going to tell you how. Vicky says a village of tiny homes. Love it. Junuf says inventories, okay, plural. What this does is when you learn how to start finding, applying for, and winning grants for yourself, you start to develop a repeatable way to keep winning, whether it's hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Which ones do y'all need? Y'all need just a couple hundred? Just put 100 in the chat. If you need thousands, put thousands in the chat. Y'all got to spell it out. I want to see you write the words that they're going to write on your checks. If you need tens of thousands, put tens of thousands in the chat. If you need hundreds of thousands, put hundreds of thousands in the chat. And child, if you need millions, you probably don't need a grant. You need an investor or something greater. What y'all need? I see thousands. T-Mac, you only need $100 because you sure didn't do what I asked, baby. Do you need hundreds? Put hundreds. Spell it out. Do you need thousands? Put that. Y'all see why I don't repeat myself? Y'all ain't listening in the first place. Conscious say she just gonna need an investor, okay? SPD say hundreds of thousands. Hustle Princess says, I know that's right, Hustle Princess, 25,000. Got that goal. We call this your grant goal, y'all, your grant goal. So knowing how much you need is going to help you get into grants. So if you've ever wondered, where do I start? We just walked through where to start. Where to start with winning grants is knowing, number one, that you qualify as a Black woman, for-profit small business owner based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business. And you know that you need a grant. You know what you're going to use it for, and you know how much you need. You've already started the process. Did y'all know that? Put start in the chat. You're like, okay, me, I have started. I no longer wonder where to start. Put start in the chat, because that's where Black Women in Grants come in. We are an online grant coaching community that teaches Black women, for-profit small business owners how to find, apply for, and win $10,000 or more in grants in 90 days, all through the power of AI. So what this does for us, and I love that, y'all now know where to start. This is also going to start helping you to remove the barriers to finding funding that fits your small business needs, while helping you to increase your access to small business revenue and resources. And it's a lot of revenue and a lot of resources. I did research yesterday showing me that there are billions of dollars in grant funding available. And so let me talk through my transformation story and how I got into this space and why I really am so passionate about doing this work with and for Black women, because I'm one of us. I used to be a broke college student, and I received my first refund check from school. And then I went on to learn about scholarships and subsidies and stipends. I won over $1 million, y'all. Put an M in the chat. Stands for Millie. Put an M in the chat if you like, oh, okay. I took some of that money. I became a certified life coach. Then I became a master life coach trainer, certified hundreds of Black women around the world, y'all. And then the world shut down, child, just as it was getting good. Right. Conscious said, okay, now. In 2020, a colleague sent me a list of business grants, and I applied to one, and I won my first $1,000 business grant because I had been winning in my personal life, but here we were in a whole new world. And since then, I have won over six figures in funding and fully funded fellowships, facilitator led MBA style courses, flights, food, and fun. You name it, child, a grant has covered it for me. I actually just won a $500 gift card from Delta like 2 weeks ago. So I win for fun. It's a hobby. It's a skill. I got bored because I'm a winner. Like somebody told me recently when I won the Delta gift card, she said, "You got winning energy." I said, "I know that's all right. I like that." So I like to share my winning energy, mentoring Black women on how they can do this as well. So I've now been able to help over 650 Black women, for profit small business owners, find, apply for, and win almost $500,000 in grants over the last year or so. And I've also granted over $648,000 in scholarships, like I do on the Black Women in Grants website for our mentorship program. So again, check it out. There is money to be gotten, including starting with winning a scholarship to come join us tonight in the mentorship. Girl, we 650 deep. We need to be bringing in more than that. What you mean? What you mean? We're about to do way more. So I've set our new goal at 10 million. Y'all ready? Y'all on the bandwagon? Let's go. That's not even a million a person. Like, come on. That's what, 100,000 a person. We about to get this money and we just getting started, conscious. Okay. So it's more powerful when we're a community. So if you're new here, my name is Dr. AJ Austin. I am founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com. I am a Google Data Center Fellow, a Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women Black in Business, and Bank of America Women Entrepreneurship Institute, eCornell alum. I'm also the Self-Made Entrepreneur of the Year and an Intuit Ideas Program grant winner as of a few days ago. I'm a 17-time self-published author and a content creator and live stream host. That's what you guys are joining me with here. We have a combined social media follower of about 100,000. And when I say we, I mean me, Jesus, our mentees, and you. Come on, girl, be a part of this movement, okay? Here's why you should trust me, because I started off just like you. I needed funding. I was hoping to win. I was searching for help. I was unsure where to start. Put start in the chat if you're getting clearer on where to start based on my journey, because this is how I can walk you through it. I was once exactly where you are, had a lot of questions and needed a lot of answers. Anybody clearer on where to start? T Mac is. Who else? Conscious is. Y'all getting clearer, right? Hey, Miss T, she's ready to start. Junip is ready to start. Courtney. One thing I know for sure is that teaching Black women, for-profit small business owners how to find, apply for, and win grants has allowed me to help over 650 ladies win nearly $500,000 in grants and what we call grant. You more about that in just a minute. You said the energy is. Thank you for being here and sharing this energy with me tonight. I've been able to help women in the startup phase. So that's why I asked y'all, what phase are you in? Those of you who have never won a grant before. Also, I've been able to help women who are actively applying for grants, but you've been getting denied. You've been getting rejected. You've been getting ghosted. You've been getting loss after loss after loss. Womp womp. And you're like, does this work? See, that's why. And you mad. You got to ask, girl, me too. I had went through that as well. But now I can teach you how to take those losses, quote unquote, and turn them into lessons that's going to help you win your next application. I just mentioned I did a call today for a $3 million grant, and we talked through it like it was nothing. And she was like blown away. She was selected for the third round and bringing in the home team. And so we're about to cross that 3 million barrier just with one future grant winner. So I'm excited about this journey because helping Black women with for-profit small businesses gain access to this revenue, to these resources using other people's free money. Yes, grants are free money. They don't require payments to win, okay? And so I'm sharing that because that in a minute. No worries. You don't have to be afraid of that. You don't have to let your fear of being rejected around applying for a grant stop free income by winning your first or next grant. And say, I haven't applied for a grant because I'm afraid of rejection. And I'm like, why? You're a Black woman in America and you're an entrepreneur. That's 3 times a minority. We get rejected from the moment we open our eyes to the time we go to sleep. We're Black women in America and entrepreneurs. That ain't never stopped you. Why would rejection change like everything? Why is that your straw that breaks the back? Come on now. One thing I noticed though is that the core issue is you want it to be easy. So if you're thinking, I want to pay somebody to do this. So do I need to hire a grant writer? Or I just want to apply one time and they should just write me a check. Or some of y'all be like, well, if I come join your mentorship, can you guarantee me a win? No. Let's just put that out there, okay? Some of y'all check like, where the quick applications? What the easy? Nothing. Some of y'all don't believe you can actually win a grant. You've heard it's hard, you feel overwhelmed, you've accepted defeat, but you on this live. So I'm taking it that you really want to, that you're willing to at least start changing your mindset as the solution. Your first or next grant is to believe that you can. So put me in the chat if you really believe that you can win, you can find, you can apply for grants by yourself. Put me in the chat. Let me know. I got to see you believe it. I can't believe for you, but I can believe with you. Okay. So you got to let me know where you at. Conscious said, I feel like I need you as a life coach. I don't do that no more, but I can connect you with one of the coaches I've trained. They're just as good. Next best thing, girl. So what it does when you start to shift your mindset, y'all, is to allow you to bet on you. Yep. You start seeing how smart, y'all. I was on my bookkeeping call today with my very new bookkeeper. It's supposed to have been an hour call, but he saw how he was like, you learn fast, not knowing I really know what I'm doing, but I be acting like I don't. And so he gave me an extra hour of his time just out of the kindness of his heart. And in my brain, I was just thinking, you know what? I am really smart. I really know this stuff, my numbers and my expenses. And so that's how you got to get in the grant space as well. When you start betting on you, you're like, I don't need to hire nobody to do this. I can apply for it myself. Because when you start believing in yourself that you can do this yourself, you start getting repeatable results. You start getting copy and paste answers that's going to give you a proven process for winning grants. Miss T said, you do. I do know this stuff, and y'all will too. Because the key, one of the secrets to winning grants, we call it AAA, is apply, apply, apply. And that's what you got to do. You got to keep a grant application out there in order to win a grant. So we've talked through where to start. And one thing I know is when Black women win grants, we bring others with us. Just like Raven, our highest grant winner that won over $100,710, she turned around and helped a fellow farmer win $59,000. And so I know we're going to have somebody else's back, right? So let's talk through what are grants. Grants are gifts. They are free money. They are other people money, right? We're community builders. Grants are granted unto you. They're debt-free. They're non-traditional, meaning it's not a loan. It's not angel investment. It's not venture capital, okay? And y'all be careful because on one of our lives, someone mentioned how they're seeing other opportunities like venture capital investments, loans disguised as grants, and those are not grants. Grants are interest-free. They're not based on your credit. They don't have to be paid back. If you got a criminal history, that's between you, the law, and the Lord, okay? Don't be telling these grants about your criminal history because it doesn't matter. They don't ask about that. You don't need collateral to win a grant. You don't have to sell a portion of your company or give up ownership. And it's going to save you from having to crowdfund and get mad at your family and your friends for their lack of financial support in your little business, right? Miss Eyes, you're in the right place if you want to learn where to find grants to apply for. So let's talk about that. Here are some businesses that don't qualify for grants. I hope y'all are listening. These are 4 types: franchises, multi-level marketing or MLM, direct sales, and what's known as sin-based businesses. Let's talk through that. Grants are looking for original ideas only, founders only. And then because America, we've been taught all our lives that we are a Christian-based company, we are a company, but Christian-based country founded on Christian principles. The quote unquote laws of the land here in America are Christian-based, Bible-based. And so if you have a business that causes someone to sin, like a shake a booty dance club, y'all know what those are. You got people twerking on a pole, you don't qualify for grants. If you're in the organic, plant-based street pharmaceuticals, even if it's legal in your state, you don't qualify for grants. So those are the 4 types of businesses that do not qualify for grants. And no, I won't repeat it. I told y'all to be listening with your pen and paper. Amen. Amen. Here are the businesses that do qualify, because I know some of y'all just joining us. You didn't hear this at the beginning. If you are Black, if you are a woman, if you are for profit, if you're based in the United States, if you're over the age of 18, hey, Patty Cake, I ain't see you sneaking here, girl. And if you own at least 51% of your business, that's how you know you qualify for a grant. You are good. You're in the category of businesses that qualify for grants. So y'all don't have to ask me individually, what about a notary? What about a real estate? What about, I just told you all the businesses that qualify for grants. Do you meet those qualities? Hey, Ceda's World. Hey, girl, put me in the chat if you know you qualify. Black woman, for-profit, small business owner, based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business. You're in the category that qualifies. So instead of y'all asking me, do you qualify? Tell me if you do, based on what we just talked about. Do you qualify? Question mark. Patty Cake does. Junif does. User without them numbers. Need to change that profile name, girl. T Mac does. Miss T does. Pretty CEO does. Y'all qualify. Cherish said, me? You tell me. You've been here before. You know now where to start and whether you qualify. So you don't have to ask me. You telling me like, now I know my business qualifies. Let's talk about what's next. So here's what I be seeing a lot, Cherish. A lot about a lot of questions that you do not have to be a nonprofit to win a small business grant. You do not have to hire anyone to apply for grants for you. You do not have to have an LLC or EIN to receive a grant. And you do need, wait a minute, did I just say you do not? You do need an employer identification number. I'm getting lost trying to read Patty Cake's comments. My condolences, girl. I'm sorry. In the middle of trying to talk to you and teach. I'm glad to see you. I always love seeing our OGs, and I know you've been around forever. So welcome back, and it's good to see you. That's like your social security number for your business. You have your employer identification number. You do need that. It is free. It's on the IRS website. You don't have to pay anybody for that. You're going to need that for your, what are they, like your, it's called a W-9, but it's a tax form when you win a grant. They're going to ask for your EIN to prove that you're a legit business set up here in the US. And you do need a business bank account. I just opened a new one today to make my accounting easier. But you do need a business bank account to receive your grant funding. It doesn't matter what kind of bank you bank with. You just have to have that business bank account for your grant checks to be deposited to. And I recently met up with a local CDFI. That's a community development financial institution. It's like a bank that's friendly to entrepreneurs. It's a mouthful, but if you're looking for like types of banks to look into getting an account for your business, check out the CDFIs, okay? Because you do need a business bank account to receive grant funding. You do not need a business plan to apply for a grant and win a grant. You need like the concept of your plan. Okay, you need to know what your business is and who you serve, the problem that you solve, and why your business is the solution. So they may ask for portions of a plan, like how are you going to make money, and what your financial projections are in the next 12 months, 24 months, etc. But you don't need a fully fleshed out 30-page business plan to apply for a grant. Okay. Right. You heard it. You heard it, hustle friend. Okay. You need a concept of a plan. And so you can also use AI to apply for most grants in less time. But again, you got to know what you're doing. You want to make the best use of your time. You heard it. You want to make sure that you're applying the right way with these robots so that you don't start sounding robotic, redundant, and repeatable like everybody else that's applying. So grants are starting to pick up on, people are using things like ChatGPT and etc. Now I have won 3 grants this year using ChatGPT, which is why I focus on AI and how to use it the right way versus being anti-AI and it's doing its thing, running the planet and blah blah blah. Let's learn how to work with it, because like I said, it's here, it's not going anywhere, dear. Might as well make money like the creators of AI are making money as well. So that's where money comes from, learning how to use this tool the right way. So yes, you can use it. A lot of people ask me how I feel about it. My company is centered around it. Yes, let's do it. Also, yes, I can help you find, apply for, and win a small business grant. Check out our website, Black Women in Grants. It is in the top left-hand corner of your screen when you click on our profile picture. The link to join us in our mentorship program tonight, be the first one. We have one scholarship option available tonight, to where when you come and join me over at blackwomeningrants.com, or the link in our profile here on TikTok, you're joining the mentorship for 6 months for $197, one payment. There's Klarna, there's Afterpay, and there's Affirm. That's our scholarship price. And so with that, we're hosting an event live here in Atlanta for our mentees and our members. A couple have already signed up to come join us. We're going to be eating together, laughing, taking pictures, but talking about grants at the next level, okay? And how we're incorporating that with tech that is available for you to win more money for your business. So that's a bonus ticket that comes with the first person to join us in the mentorship tonight. And you also get a bonus call with me. Me and Hustle Princess just did hers a couple of days ago. You get to sit on the phone for 60 minutes with me and talk through your business, why you're applying for grants, what you need to be saying on these applications, and the grants you should be applying to based on where you are in your business, okay? So again, yes, I can help you with that process. Check out the blackwomeningrants.com website and the Grant Game mentorship program. I mentioned how some grants have application fees. So what I always advise our mentees to do is to use their discernment. Use their discernment. Hold on. Conscious says, thinking of nonprofits. I don't know what we were talking about, but we're helping Black women with for-profit small businesses. Nonprofits actually don't qualify for the grants that we win. So I guess I should add them to that category of 5 types of businesses that don't qualify. But if you've ever seen a grant application, or if you want to run across one and there's a fee attached, just trust your gut. Black women, we be knowing stuff, right? We know when it feels good, when it doesn't. Hustle Princess says her call was good. Okay, we had a good time. I did another call today, girl. We did it in 30 minutes because she was mostly through her application. She's about to win her first $3 million. So y'all just wait. We're going to have some more testimonials up here soon. So I've applied to grants with application fees. One I applied to had a $35 application fee. I won $1,500. Would y'all apply for that? Courtney says, how do I get the scholarship program? It is already up and available. So when you go to blackwomeningrants.com, click the Grant Game mentorship option. That's the scholarship price. You won't see the bonuses on there. They are only available during tonight's live when you're the first person to join us. Get that free event ticket to come hang out with me in this private VIP event in a couple days here in Atlanta, as well as that free bonus call with me, okay? Conscious says, yes, that's a great return on your right, okay? So that's what I did. I applied, and I also got an extra thing. It was a free break. free website redesign. It was so many other prizes baked in. So when I saw the potential of not only winning the grant, but also what comes with it, so you have to use your discernment and see, does it fit your budget? Are you only like giving up coffee for the week or something? Maybe you don't have to give up anything. You just got it like that and you're about to go pay this money and apply. And so that's how you can tell whether or not, want to move forward with an application fee. But for the most part, grants are free to apply to. So many people ask me when is the best time to apply for a grant, and the best time is right now. Grants come out every month. They come out a couple times a month. They may be quarterly. They may be a couple times a year. You'll see some annual grants that you'll never see again, or you'll see some that are here today and remixed, and they come back with more money or with a different name or different qualifications, right? What to look out for. Those are some of the frequently asked questions. Y'all got any new questions for me? Ask me in the chat. Any question based on what we've been talking about so far. Now remember, y'all talk, I talk. You can also take a minute if you don't have a question and just share the live out. Maybe someone in your crew wants to know about grants as well. So take a minute. You share, I share. We all share together. So you can either ask me a question about what we've been talking about, or you can share the live, or both. But let me know. And if y'all share, I'll continue to share. Thank you for reposting Naturally Healthy Life. Thank you for reposting Cedar's World. Thank you for sharing Miss T. Shelly, that's a great question. You do not need to be Minority Business Enterprise Certified or MBE certified. That's for government grants or government contracts. So we're in the for-profit space. We're not applying for that type of funding. So no, you don't need that. What you can do though, if you don't have your certification and you want it, just write it into how much you want to win in your grant and tell them that's what you're going to use some of the money for. Cherise, I know we have this conversation every time I see your name, but I'm going to keep saying it until you tell me how to pronounce it. Hooked on Phonics Style. You said, so if I get my EIN and I can work toward capital for my business, correct? So your EIN is free, so you should have that today. Like you can go do that right now during this live. It don't take long at all. And then that second part, can work towards capital for my business, correct? I don't understand that. So can you ask me a little differently? Help me to. Let's talk about the grant application process real quick, because if you've never applied for a grant or it's been a while, things are changing. So I want to walk through some of the stuff that's on the application. Y'all ready? Put app in the chat. There are about 10 different common themes on these grant applications that you can expect. So part of the grant application, this is why I tell you, you can do this yourself. You don't have to pay anyone to do this for you. As long as you know your business name. Y'all know that, right? Your business email, your business phone number, your business website. If you don't have a business website, give your socials, your business social media pages. If you don't have a business social media page, or you're on that account talking about anything other than your business, go on ahead and start a new free social media page. And you're on there talking about what you do in your business on that page that you're going to use either in place of your website or in addition to it, because yes, grants do check. They're going to go do their due diligence. Okay. Also be able to describe your business. Every time I give this example, I always use a song by City High, 5'5" with brown eyes, smile like the sunrise. Some of y'all singing along with me. I'm too young to know that song, even though it came out while I was in like high school, but they described that lady. How tall she was. How tall was she? I already know. What color was her eyes? They described it. What was her smile like? They described it. They didn't say, yeah, she was cute and it looked like she brushed her teeth. No, they told you how tall she was, the color of her eyes, and when she smiled, what they envisioned. That's a description. That's how you must describe what you do in your business. When you describe on a grant your business, you got to talk about what you do for other people. It's not just your title. You're more than a nurse, a notary, a trucker, deeper than just your title. Y'all got it? Got it in the chat. Because I know some of y'all, if I ask y'all to tell me what you do, you're going to say I'm a nurse. And I just told you, you better be descriptive of that thing, okay? Because that's how you stand out on your grant applications. Y'all got it? Let me know. You also have to be able to describe your target audience, meaning who do you do business for? Who do you do business with? You got to be descriptive of them. Who are you helping? I'll give y'all some description words in just a minute as one of the secrets to winning grants, because there's a secret language when you're describing your business and you're describing your audience. Part of it is being able to talk about the problem that your business solves. And if your business doesn't solve a problem, you do not have a business. I'm going to say it again, step on some toes and hurt some feelings. If you currently have a business, a product or service, and it's not solving a specific problem, you do not have a business. Argue with yourself, argue amongst yourselves, but I ain't gonna argue with you. You're gonna win that one by yourself, okay? A grant is going to want you to describe the problem that your business solves, the solution that your business offers, okay? There started that business. Do you see yourself in business? Meaning, are you going to work the business until you retire? Are you eventually sell it? Are you going to pass it off to someone else? What is the future plan of that business? You're going to also have to talk about your revenue, your sales, your numbers, meaning how you make money, whether you've made any, whether you've made a little bit or not made as much as you would like. They're going to say, talk to us, give us what's called future financial projections. What can you see yourself making in your business if we give you this funding? And then you combine that with why you need the grant funding and what you're going to do with the money, along with this second secret, meaning who else are you going to help? Community involvement, aka social impact. Who else are you helping? Remember I said when Black women win grants, we be helping people. We bring in others with us. So if you tell a grant how involved you are in your community, your social impact, what the grant is going to help you continue to do work-wise, that's how you stand out, because they're also going to ask about innovation. What makes you different? How are you doing? How are you solving the same problem in a different way? And so that's how you know if you're ready to win a grant. They may be bold. I've seen some grant applications ask, what if you don't win? Then what? So you got to have a financial backup plan. You got to tell them, I'm going to keep applying for grants. I'm going to go get a loan. I'm going to open up a credit card. I got savings. I got a job. I got investors. You have to have a backup plan and be ready to talk about the grants. Y'all got it. Got it in the chat. If this is helping, it's making sense. You're picking up what I'm putting down, because my goal is for you to get clearer and clearer on this process. What y'all got? If you're just joining us, welcome to Black Women in Grants. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. Yeah, you got to tell. Girl, grants are like dating. I don't know how else to make this funnier as a Black woman. You remember how you got to have a roster? One of them act up. You like, child, your competition. Matter of fact, they outside ready to pick me up. I got to go. I can't talk. I'm busy. You got to do grants. You might not give me this money, but we got others. But we're going to start with you. So act right. Okay? We're giving you a chance. When you win a grant, you're a partner. You are doing them a favor. I don't know about y'all, but when I apply for grants, I'm like, here's why you should give it to me. Here's how good I'm going to make you look by funding my business. And they're like, okay. And I get to break a lot of rules because of that too. But anyway, we're talking about you. We ain't talking about me. You said, can I look for grants getting funding to get my LLC? You can get a grant for pretty much anything you can think of. Sharice, thank you, girl. I've been saying your name wrong all this time. Yeah, you can get a grant for anything you can think of. He said, yeah, what he want. There you go, right there. Yep, roster. I meant just what I said, okay? You said, you mean to tell me I can get funding for truck driving? God, you can get funding for anything you can think of. When it comes to truck driving, the most creative, we brought a lady up. She owns a call center for truck drivers or truckers. I don't know the terms. I'll be messing stuff up. But you got to get really creative. I'm going to show you what I shared with her in just a minute. But I want to talk about what grants look like, y'all. Because a lot of people don't know. What do you think when you hear the word grant? Put it in the chat. You hear grants, and what do you think? Just put whatever pops to mind first. I already know what y'all gonna say, but I want to see you say it. You hear the word grants, what you think? Money, okay. What else? Funding, okay, fancy. Juno says free money, What else do y'all hear? I'm about to pop a cough drop because my throat is dry. Funding, okay. Yeah, that's all y'all got. Tools, okay, tools. So the literal, like, this is what a grant looks like when it shows up, y'all. They can be checks in the mail. I've literally walked from my front door to my mailbox, down the driveway, check my mailbox, and have had 2 grant checks in the mail. They can be sent to your business address, wherever that is. It does not matter. But yes, you can have them come to your home. They can be what's known as ACH deposits, kind of like a direct deposit in your business bank account. That's why you need a business bank account to receive grant funds. Grants can be paid through PayPal. Did y'all know that? They can be gifted through gift cards. I told y'all I just won a $500 Delta gift card. It's going to spend just like money. And it'll be my 3rd flight this year that's been paid for by other people's money. Okay. I won a $500 shopping spree for a office supply store, Office Depot, Office Max. Spent just like money. They scanned my code at the checkout, and I still went over budget. I still came out of pocket with some, but I spent that $500. Okay. Yes, ma'am. PayPal, gift cards, and company credits. I'm getting the benefit of that right now. I just won about $14,000 in company credits through a grant. That's my 2-hour bookkeeping call today, covered by a grant. I got a call tomorrow, covered by a grant. It's taking care of our marketing for the next year. Bookkeeping covered for the next year. I'm going to go through my list of what grants are covering me right now. Office Depot, Office Max had sponsored a program that I got a scholarship to go through, and I won twice. I won their $500 gift card by being selected as Entrepreneur of the Year. So when I told y'all I was Self-Made Entrepreneur of the Year, that's one of the prizes that came with it. They also have given me a free desk, free chair, free filing cabinet, notebooks, journals, pens, highlighters, dry erase markers, Post-it notes, you name it, I've won it. And so they out here writing these checks. You got to use what I'm teaching you on this live and what I teach in our mentorship to go win this money, honey. Hey, Ashley Rankin. Ashley Rankin, the $42,000 grant and grant funded opportunity winner, is here with us. Just won that money for her organic skincare line. Everybody say, hey, Ashley. Yes, Entrepreneur of the Year. Grants can also look like this, y'all. We call it grant funded opportunities, or GFOs. So if that blew you away with PayPal, imagine this. Grants can look like scholarships to go through programs we call incubators, accelerators, and fellowships. We'll talk about what those are in a minute. Look at all the Ashley fans. Grants can look like stipends. I got a stipend. Ashley got a stipend. Ashley, you got your stipend yet? Let me know, girl. We're getting paid to host an event in our community. She's in Colorado. We're in Atlanta. Otherwise, we probably would be doing it together. Okay. But y'all will get to meet her if y'all come hang out with us, and she can make it in. She's so booked and busy these days, winning money and stuff. Don't we love a stipend, child? So well, I think I already spent mine and ain't even got it yet. It's on the way to the bank. I've been buying stuff like, oh, the stipend coming, it'll pay me back. So anyway, scholarships, stipends, small business pitch competitions, contests, giveaways, sweepstakes, bursaries, partnerships, sponsorships, all the things. The event space that we got for our private event in November, sponsored. We're trying to get some sponsored food so I can feed y'all good, but sponsored. So these start in programs called incubators, accelerators, and fellowships. And what this means is incubators are for those of you who are in the startup process and you have ideas in your brain that you have not launched yet. Shelly, I'm telling you right now where to find them. Y'all got to listen. Y'all be like, give me the name and the email address and the phone number and the mailing address of the person writing the check. I can't do that, Shell. Just listen to what I'm telling you, though, and you can find them. Hey, bit. But not really. How long you been here? I usually catch you. So incubators are for startups. Anybody need an incubator? There for helping you to birth your ideas. So for those of you who are in the idea phase, you need a coach, you need an advisor, you need a trainer, you need a mentor, you need to be surrounded by people who will hold you accountable. You need an incubator. You can literally go to Google, Shelly, right now, type in incubator. Incubator, that's for startups. Accelerators are for those of you who have started businesses. Accelerators are designed to accelerate the work you've already been able to do successfully on your own. They're going to join forces with you and help you go to the very next level. Accelerator. Okay, 10 or 15 minutes. Welcome. Good to see you, girl. Accelerators are also good for those of you who have started businesses and you got yourself as far as you could, and you're like, okay, we need some accountability. We need some support. We need additional resources. Those are accelerators. And then fellowships. I often join fellowships tied to big brands like Google, like Goldman Sachs, like Office Depot, Office Max. Did that rhyme? Did I just drop a bar? Question mark. Anyway, fellowships are for you if you're ready to develop yourself as a leader of your company, a future employer. Didn't I, Sharice? I thought I did too. You heard it pretty okay. As long as y'all caught it when I caught. Okay. So fellowships are really, really cool because they do often have stipends attached to them. Incubators and accelerators are going to have the scholarships and the pitch competitions and contests. So which one do y'all need? Put it in the chat, because you can literally go to Google right now and type in incubator, accelerator, or fellowship based on what I just shared with y'all. Which one do you need? Put it in the chat. Talk to me. Sharice needs the incubator. Conscious needs an incubator. Naturally said, I need all three. You can. You just got to start with the incubator and then accelerate to the accelerator and then graduate to the fellowship. Fellowships are a lot of fun. I've been enjoying them lately. Miss T needs an incubator. Pretty CEO says incubator. Courtney says accelerator. Y'all can go to small business in front of them and you will find an incubator or fellowship that is available now. Okay? Y'all got it. Got it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Don't be asking me, where the money at? I just told you. Y'all don't want to hear me. You just want to dance. By the way, all business grant space. So we're not federal funding. We're not applying for government grants or government contracts or nonprofit grants. So again, think of foundations, corporations, associations, and organizations. So I've already told y'all about people who have been on my checks and my stipends. Google, Goldman Sachs, Office Depot, Office Max, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Regions Bank, and more. Some of them I ain't supposed to be talking about yet, but I be breaking rules. So anyway, Naturally says I have 3 businesses, just started a new biz. What question you got, Naturally, about grants with all them businesses? Because yes, there is a grant for your business. Put yes in the chat if you agree. Yes, if you're still here hanging out with us or you just joined us, your business qualifies for a grant as long as you're on the businesses that qualify for a grant list that we already went over, and I'm not going to repeat. If you're not winning grants yet, it's probably because either you're not applying or you're applying for the wrong types of grants. I just told y'all the different types of grants and grant funded opportunities. If you've been applying and you haven't won yet, you just need a better grant application strategy, because your next grant win is within your control, no one else's, okay? And you use the tips I've shared with you and those mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com, your odds of winning a grant increase. So for those of you who are like, what are the odds of me winning? It's 0% if you ain't applying, baby. But that's all up to you. It is possible for you to win a grant. Put win in the chat if you believe that. Because the tips that I've shared with you and those that I'll be sharing at our live event next month, it's going to help you win your first or next grant. And if you're not doing these things that I'm sharing, to apply for a grant and win. I see some winners in the house. My mentees typically win their first 4, 5, and 6 figures in grants and grant funded opportunities within 90 days of working with me in our mentorship. Right. And even like I said earlier, naturally, if you've won a grant before, things change, girl. They changed in the middle of the month. A couple months ago, this lady put out a $5,000 grant mid-application. She said, better yet, make it 10. We're going to change some of the rules. Boom. And we're like, well, wait a minute. You didn't say. And they can do that because it's their money. But grants are not hard to win. Hey, Ayana, how are you, friend? Grants are not hard to win. You can win your first or next $1,000, $10,000, but you must apply for higher level grants and grant funded opportunities. And this starts with getting the myths out of your head. So if you're a crybaby, I'm about to cry. I'm about to show y'all how y'all sound when y'all come on these lives. I never win. I've applied for so many grants. Grants aren't easy to find. Grants are hard to win. I keep getting rejected. I don't know what it's done. I'll pay somebody to do. That's how y'all sound. I'm like, child, get it together. You're somebody mama, somebody wife, and over here crying. Girl, stand up. Because y'all be right. You heard the Hustle Princess. I was about to say it. Let's go from whiner to winner. That's my new slogan for this part, to get y'all mindset right. And no, I haven't heard from our Hillman winner again yet. I think I know what grant she was talking about. She won recently on our last live. What Hustle Princess is talking about. We had a lady that joined us at the top of the year. Y'all remember Hillman Talk? And I was sharing it 3 times a week, just like I do now. I'm on here with y'all Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays live. And one of our faithful livers ended up winning her first grant 90 days into the lives. That's how long I taught, for 90 days. And so that proves, she was our proof that this works. Ashley's here, she's won. And we got some future grant winners too that's about to win. Is that you? Put me in the chat if you really believe it's you. Because that belief starts in your mind. You got to change your mindset to, you know what? I'm going to enhance my grant application answers, even if I use tools like AI, etc. But I want to keep applying until I win. I want to search for grants repeatedly, meaning every month, meaning put it on your calendar. I want to research previous grant winners. I want to realize that somebody has to win this grant. It could be me. Rejection is a part of the game. I'm going to use the information I have. I'm going to keep learning, keep showing up, and keep asking for help. Can anybody see their mindset shifting to those thoughts? Those are just simple little affirmations you can tell yourself to get out of that whining and get into that winning space. Amen. Grants are not guaranteed, y'all. I got to tell you that, because you're going to have people in your inbox. You're going to see people's videos and they're like, let us help you win a grant. Grants are not guaranteed. Okay. No one, including a scammer in your inbox here on TikTok, can guarantee you a win. If you've ever paid somebody and they guaranteed you a win, how did that work out for you? I bet it didn't, right? If somebody promised you a win, they about to get you involved in some stuff that might jeopardize your freedom. So if you like freedom, baby, run. Block them, report them, go the other way. But you can guarantee yourself that you'll at least apply for grants. Because if you're not winning, again, you need to be making sure that you're applying for the right types of grants, grant funded opportunities, and increasing those odds of winning grants by applying for the grants. Y'all want to hear some stuff that I've won through grants recently? Just put yes in the chat. Talk to me real quick. And then we're about to wrap up soon. Over at blackwomenandgrants.com, there's an option for us to work together. If you really want me to hold your hand through this process and give you my templates for winning that Ashley and all of our winners have used, I've written 3 books that walk you through the grant winning process. And there's an app that'll read all of our books to you. So you can listen on the go, hands-free, on the toilet, in the shower, on a walk, on a drive. Honey, we got you. I've interviewed our top 20 grant winners. Did y'all know we got 20 women that we feature? One of them is here tonight, Ashley Rankin. I've interviewed her so much. I was like, girl, even if you can't come join us live next month, we got you on video. We just played a video. Yes, the toilet. I do a lot of good learning. I get a lot of work done as I'm getting some work done. You feel me? So, hey, we make it easy. Thank you for sharing, Annetta. So, grants have paid for office furniture, office supply shopping sprees, event sponsorships, masterclass memberships, business coaching courses, books on pitching, MBA level business training, technology upgrades, self-care boxes, personal credit advisors, tax advisors, email marketing software, bookkeeping software, branding packages, and business program memberships. That's just recently. The rest I put in the books that are in our mentorships, okay? BlackWomenInGrants.com is the site to come join us and claim your scholarship prize tonight of the $197 one-time payment. You get 6 months access to the mentorship. Plus, I forgot about this bonus. I'm available to you 24/7 via email. Me and Hustle Princess was just talking the other day via email. And I went and looked up her question and answered it right away. So 24/7 via email about your grant application questions. Let's go through this real quick because I think y'all need this. Guys who think you're in between, because y'all always be like, well, I'm kind of in between. You're in between these phases. Grants are going to ask what phase your business is in, right? You're either in one of two phases. It's 3 phases, but most of y'all are in between 1 or 2. First is the startup phase. Startup, in a nutshell, may have either made $0 to $25,000 at any given time trying to get this business off the ground. You really don't have your idea fleshed out, so you either have no idea or it's still in your head. You have no product or no service. It's still probably on paper. You're in the prototype or the beta testing phase of your business. You really haven't launched. So again, you have low to no sales. That's the startup phase. You're either in startup or you're not. You can be in between the 0 to 25K made in your business, but you're never in between startup or started. Started is if you've made at least $25,000 in your business, all the way up to $50,000 in your business, and you're doing it consistently, meaning yearly. So you have a product, you have a service, you made sales, you filed taxes, you got a profit and loss statement, you got testimonials, you got your EIN, your bank account, your incorporation papers. You got a product and service that you're ready to expand. You're ready to upgrade your office technology, your back-end software, your CRM. That's started. You see how you're never in between? You either have it or you don't, right? And then the bonus is the scaling phase. You'll see this a lot on higher level grants, 100,000 to $1 million. And they are looking at you if you make at least $50,000 to $100,000 per year in your business with your products and your services. And you're ready to increase your sales and hire a team and staff and payroll. You might want to automate a certain part of your business or your process. You're don't know what they are, you're probably not in this category. You got your CPA, your SB or small business tax advisor, and you got some assistance. But either way, you can look for startup, small business grants for startup. If you're in the startup phase, you need to be applying for startup grants. Hey, Coco Bean, welcome back. If you're in the started phase, you need to be applying for. But either way, you can go to Google, type in small business grants for growing a business, or growth grants is what they call. Any questions? What questions y'all got? Talk to me. We're getting ready to this secret code language to be using on your grant applications. But if you got a question, now is the time to ask. And while y'all are asking, grants cannot be used to pay your bills, your back taxes, your rent, your utilities, your credit card, your personal debt, your business debt, buy you a new personal car to use, or pay your personal salary only. They're not used to send you on vacation or help you take care of family, friends, or loved ones. They're also not designed to help you avoid bankruptcy or going out of business. Okay. These are not things that you should be using grant funding for. And so that's for those of you who are like, can they come take their money back? Child, let them find out you ain't been using that money like you said you was going to be using that money. But if you put any of those reasons on your grant application for a business grant, don't worry about getting that money, okay? Rent and utilities are different when it comes to your business building. And so you have to read the fine print of the grant. They'll let you know. They call that restrictive or unrestricted. Restrictive means they're restricting you to what you can and can't do with the funding. So you want to look for unrestricted grants, meaning they're just going to write you the check and trust that you're going to do what you said you're going to do. And they may say you're going to need to give them a progress report proving what you did with the money. So again, do what you tell them people you're going to do. Great reasons to apply for grants is for like starting your business, sustaining your business, scaling your business, but also business projects, community projects, or social impact. So think about like, you know what? I want to invest in a business coaching program. I want to invest in a team. I want to design a work or training. That's for our two church girls we got in here. It's like what did y'all say earlier? Oh, somebody mentioned they wanted to do workforce training. That's a great reason to apply for a grant. Talk about how you're going to provide scholarships for them to go through your programs. You're going to offer classes. You're going to offer certifications. These are all great reasons to apply for grants. Y'all got it. Got it in the chat, and then I'm going to give you 20 keywords in addition to those reasons for applying for a grant, what you also need to be adding to your grant applications, that secret language. So take a minute and share this live, or either ask me a question. And if y'all share, I'll share. You share, I share, we all share together. So if I see y'all share the live, I'll share these 20 secret keywords with y'all that you need to be putting on your application. I saw somebody had a question. Scroll back up. Miss T says, applying, how many should we apply for in a month? How much do you want to win? That's the question you got to ask yourself, because I can't speak for you. If you know how much in grant funding you want to win, that's your grant goal. And if you're out applying for grants consistently, you want to multiply that grant goal by 10 and apply for that much in grant funding. So that's what me and Hustle Princess talked about recently. Welcome in, newbies. Glad to have you guys. Yeah, so if it's 250K, you want multiply that by 10, that's 2.5 million. That's how many grant applications out there. So you shouldn't be asking how much you should apply for in a month. You should be saying, have I applied for 2.5K million this month? Miss T, that's your guiding light right there, okay? You're welcome. Let me see if I've seen any shares. I think I seen one, maybe two. Did y'all share live so I can share these tips so we can go? Because we talked about reasons to apply for a small business grant, but we also talked about business. We call that social impact. Thank you for the share. I see you. I never give out the best bang for your business suite, because you know what your business needs. So I just tell y'all to read what the business banking account offers. Does it meet your business needs? And then go from there. I did give you a category to look through, which is Community Financial Development Institutes, called CDFI. So Google those, check them out. But as far as giving you a direct bank name to apply for a business account with, I don't know what you need. Y'all got to know what you need for your business. I'm just here to guide you. I'm going to run through these words. I will not repeat these words. I feel my voice leaving. My clothes have stopped in the dryer and the washer, so I got to go change them soon. So y'all listen up, okay? I'm going to give you 20 words to add to your grant application for when you're talking about how you're going to use a portion of the funding to help your community through community impact, community projects, business projects, social impact, okay? Y'all listening? Junif says, do all grants need to be applied in the state you stay in? No, grants are global. So it's helpful if you think beyond where you live. Now, there are grants in your city, but grants are global. Sweet said, thank you so much. That's fair. Yep. Okay. Workshops, care packages, back to school drives, health and wellness fairs, financial literacy classes, life skills training, reading programs, teaching and sharing a skill, medically related or health and wellness, self-care, hygiene, and cultural preservation. These are all keywords to include in a grant application essay when they say, what are you going to do with some of the funding to help your community? This is a great way to learn how to get out of your own head, because a lot of y'all have not applied for grants because of fear of rejection, because you got the me syndrome. You're thinking, I need money for my business, for me. But if you go through some of the reasons why you should apply for other people, you get out of your head. No, hustle, persistence, ain't no, this is the same list I go through with y'all every time. So I'm going to leave y'all with this quote, because there is someone somewhere, they're waiting for you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs. What that means is get out of your head. I asked y'all, was y'all ready? I went through the list. I told y'all I was not going to repeat it. And because y'all was multitasking or whatever you got going on over there, I'm sitting here teaching. Apparently, you was in your head. I did go fast, didn't I? You were just really listening slow. That's what it was. So you got to come back and join us and get the list in the hurt you. Or come join us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. I got you. Because when you get out of your head and when you really start applying on behalf of others, thinking what you'll be able to do with this funding, you get to impact one life. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. Let's get a little deep real quick. When you impact one life, you impact generations. So even if you didn't get that full list, you got enough to go impact a generation. You represent a generation, okay? Y'all got people to go apply for these grants on behalf of. They're waiting on you, because before I knew these secrets to winning grants, I took hours to apply for grants. I wasted a lot of time applying for grants, especially the wrong type of grants. I was uneducated about how to apply to win these grants. I got rejected a lot. I received way more no's than yeses. I got ghosted by grants. I wasn't getting feedback on my applications. And now I'm meeting a lot of women in that same spot. And so when I learned, these are the secrets to winning grants. This is the secret language, the keywords, how my mindset has to be. I started saving hours applying for grants. I was applying for higher quality grants and grant funded opportunities that I told y'all about. I started getting accepted for more grants and grant funded opportunities to help me meet my grant goals. And then I got more yeses than no's. The tables turned, okay? I started receiving more congratulations emails. I gave myself feedback on my grant applications before I applied, because I now have a repeatable grant winning system that saves me time. And so I teach that in our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. And it's using our 3-part formula called ASK, A-S-K. This is how you ask for higher level grant wins and start putting together your grant winning strategy for yourself as a Black woman with a for-profit small business. So let me go through this 3-part process real quick, and then we'll wrap up for real. I know I've been saying I'm about to leave. Some of y'all thought it was over. It ain't. This the after party. Hang out. The lights in the club are not on yet. Okay? Get this last dance in. Here we go. Align, story, and know. A-S-K. So the A is for align. And when you align your grant application, you're matching up the reason that they're giving the grant to the reason you're applying for the grant or the grant funded opportunity. The S is for share. That stands for share your story. We call that your story of startup success, or your founder's story, meaning why did you start this business? Why are you so really gung-ho on helping who you help in your business? And you want to share that founder story plus your social, meaning your customers, your clients, your community, a church, or a cause that's really near and dear to your heart. This is what you're telling. Questions about anything we talked about so far, please don't ask me to. Any questions? We talked about what are grants, getting grants for your business, where to start, if you know what you're doing. I gave y'all some examples of our grant winners. We covered myths. that y'all was believing, but we shift that mindset. We went through the different phases of business. You're either one or the other. I gave y'all types of grants you should be applying to based on where your business is, where to go find grants, what they could and should be used for, and what y'all better not be doing with these people's money. We talked about reasons to apply for grants based on if you qualify, but y'all told me y'all did based on the qualifications we went through. I gave y'all a list of businesses that don't qualify for grants. And I just walked you through how to win grants using this 3-part formula that I teach in my mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, ASK. I can help you with the grant application process. We call it. I can help you fill that gap to get to your grant winning grant application strategy. That's your GAS or your gas. And we do this inside of our mentorship called the Grant Game, because grants are a game. And you can come join us, be the first one to join us tonight over at Black Women, or click our profile link here in our TikTok description. And it'll walk you through how to come join us, be the first one to get the scholarship price of the $197 to join us for the next 6 months, one pay. There's Klarna, there's Afterpay, and there's Affirm if you need it. And you get the bonus call with me, as well as a bonus ticket to Anna, sponsored by Google. With y'all live in person. Any questions you guys have for me about what we talked about tonight? Any questions about, look, growing with listeners. Hey, listeners on our other live stream. I see you up there. Hey, girl. What questions y'all got? Taking girl. Kay was the no. Kay said she just got here. Girl, you got to come and join us again. I'm live with y'all on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you follow this page. In between my lives, we are on our blackwomeningrants.com program as we speak. So you can come join us. We got a scholarship, $197. That covers 6 months in our mentorship payment. And you'll get all 3 books that I've written, the app that'll read the books to you, videos of our grant winners where I have asked them why they won and how they won and what they said and why they think they were selected and what they tell you to go do so you can win just like them. And I watch your journey. Hustle Princess is on her journey right now. I can tell she's doing the work, honey. She emails me, asks me questions. My favorite type of learner. So if you know how to hold yourself accountable, if you know you're going to do the homework that I've already done the work for you, you just plug and play. You watch how we've done it and you go repeat the process for your business. And then if you've got questions, I'm available via email 24/7. And to get a really quick win, quick return on your investment when you join us, I give you a list of 4 or 5 absolutely free on a scholarship. And so incubator, accelerator, and fellowship space. So you can start getting into these small business pitch competitions, winning these scholarships, and all of the other bonuses that come in programs like this. And so we start you off with winning the scholarship to join us tonight in my mentorship program called the Grant Game Mentorship Program, because grants are a game, y'all. You got to learn how to play to win, not just play to collect information, not just let me apply to see if I get it. Like when you really get your strategy down pat, you can start applying for funding like it's nothing. Like we now apply for so many grants, we forget we applied. That's what one of our grant winners this week came on the live and said. She was like, I forgot I applied. Like I teach y'all to go out consistently. Always have an application out there so that your wins come in consistently. That's called grant stacking. So if you're applying for multiple grants, your wins are coming in more than one at a time. And that's how you get to your grant goal faster. So blackwomeningrants.com is how to join us. It only takes 2 minutes to sign up for that scholarship spot in our mentorship program. And again, the scholarships are on a first come, first serve basis. And we got one available tonight. So get on it, doggone it. Faith says, I'm in the wellness. Are there any grants for health, wellness, holistic? You're going to have to tell me, Faith, because I told y'all tonight during this live how to go find it. So if you just go plug that into Google, you'll have your answer, girl. And then come and tell me, child, because I don't know. Is it? Let me know. I just gave you the key. What about courses for learning AI? I got you, Miss T. You want to come hang out with us in Atlanta? That's all we're talking about is my boo, Chat GPT. And so, what else was I going to say? Oh, in the mentorship, we got a whole masterclass on exactly what prompts to enter to make sure you're using AI the right way. Learning it from the beginning. Y'all, one of our she was a traveling nurse, so she was hot seat coaching clients at the time. She let me walk her through Chat GPT, and I recorded it for how y'all need to be using it to apply for these grants. So we got the course built to the mentorship already. So come join us. It's already there. And then our live event here in Atlanta, we're going to show you how we took it to the next level. You call it tech. We call it AI, specifically Chat GPT. That's my boo. Okay. So you said may see there. To get the event information as far as where it's going to be located, because it's very private, it's very exclusive. We only have 30 seats. 2 of them have been taken this weekend. I just put the call out this weekend. Hey, Vitals and Veins. Vitals going to be there. She got her seat today. And so you got to be in our mentorship to get an exclusive invite to the event. And then we only have 28 seats left. They're going to go fast. Again, I just put it out on Saturday. Woke up and somebody had claimed their spot. Woke up again today. Somebody claimed their spot. So listen, at this rate, they will be gone. That's my prayer, for us to have a waiting list for this event. I want y'all begging for the next time I go through everything I've been through over the last 30 days to put this together. Don't be talking, I'm going to wait on your next one, not mine. Who doing this again? Child, it's a lot of work. Y'all ain't paying me for this. Come on now. I'm going to be fussing. I'm probably going to fuss at the event. I'm tired. What questions y'all got? Talk to me in the chat. November is my birthday month too, by the way. My birthday is on Thanksgiving this year. Every 7 years it falls on Thanksgiving. So I'm a Valentine's Day gift unwrapped on Thanksgiving. My mama prayed for a girl, and here I'm is. I am literally the answer to somebody's prayer. Thank you, mama and daddy. He had something to do with it. But anyway, what questions y'all got before I go? We got like 5 more minutes. It only takes 2 minutes to grab your scholarship over at blackwomenandgrants.com. You can join the mentorship after the live. You just will not get the bonuses. The bonuses are only available if you join during the live right now. You got 5 minutes. Go. Any questions about joining the mentorship, you can put them in the chat and let me know as well. Hustle says, can I apply for 2 grants from the same company? It depends. You're going to have to read their rules, restrictions, and regulations. And we talk about more about that in the mentorship. I know you just got into the program and you're diving into the content. So you're going to see me talk about the rules, restrictions, and regulations. If you watch, we did it's called the Grant Game Masterclass, and it's in the mentorship, Hustle. And so if you look at that recording, we literally take a $25,000 grant opportunity and we go through the fine print, exactly how y'all should be doing it. And I break down what I call legalese. You can use ChatGPT for that now, but I show you how to understand what a grant is looking for. They will tell you how many times you can apply, or if you win, if you can come back and apply again, or if it's never again, we don't want to see you no more, give somebody else a chance to win that money. Like, they tell you all of that in their official rules or their terms and conditions. And so you got to read those rules, restrictions, and regulations. And we go through that in the mentorship in the recorded masterclass that you got access to. You are welcome, my dear. Any other questions? What y'all got? I'm about to wrap it up. I'm trying to think, when did I eat earlier? I'm not hungry, but as soon as I think about food, my stomach will start growling. So I'm about to go finish my laundry. I'll probably get a snack instead of a meal and call it a day. Your girl been booked and busy today. So I want to take any final questions. Thank you for sharing, Marnie. If you're over at blackwomenandgrants.com claiming your scholarship and you need me to wait, just put wait in the chat. But I'm only going to wait if you're really over there joining us. It does not take long to join the mentorship. Again, the website is www.blackwomenandgrants.com. I forgot my little disclosure thing tonight, so I'll try to remember that for next time. So y'all know that I'm offering the opportunity for us to work together for a small fee. Amen. All right, live streamers, if you're not on TikTok, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. Thank y'all for hanging out. The website is blackwomenandgrants.com. I'll see y'all next time. Not you,